Then how does a bhakti yogi overcome the attraction for material objects, beautiful material objects? Very simple thing. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. Krishna says that the senses are meant to be restrained, they are meant to be controlled. Human being means we have to restrain our senses. Otherwise, where is the question of humanity? Animals, we don't expect animals to be self-restraining. We don't expect animals to exercise self-restraint. Animals will go and do whatever they want. They will have sex in the street. They will have eat in the gutter. They will go and sleep under some this one in a dirty place. We don't bother. But a human being is supposed to choose the right place to stay, the right food to eat, the right person to unite with, and there is the institution of marriage in human society. In animal society, there is no need of any marriage. One male animal, female animal, they'll come together, they'll stay together for some time, they will have sex, they will produce some children, then they will go their ways. This is the way the animal world works. Animal world, the two dogs will not come to the temple and tell the pujari, we want to get married, please conduct the fire sacrifice for us. No animal will tell. Human beings will tell. Why? Because the human intelligence is developed enough, much more developed than animals, to be able to exercise self-restraint. A human being can control his senses. Animal cannot. Sometimes you will see people in the vegetable market, they'll be selling vegetables. And some cow or some monkey will come and it will come to eat that vegetable. What that vendor will do, he will be keeping a stick. He will take the stick and he will give the animal one. The animal will run away. After some time, again that animal will come. Slowly it will come and again start trying to eat. Again that man will take the stick and give one slap to it, it will run away. Then again after some time it will come. It will keep coming back. Now imagine you are a human being. You go to that same vendor and you start looking at all the vegetables. And he takes the stick and gives you one rub he gives you. What will happen? Will you go back to that vegetable vendor? You will say, this fellow is a crazy fellow. I'll never go to his shop again. Never in your life. Even if you are hungry and you are totally starving, even then you will not go to him. Why? Because you have self-restraint, you have self-respect, you have self-esteem. And you go to some friend's house, somebody comes and he will bring one plate of nice dry fruits and rasgulla and all, and he'll keep it on the table for you. But will you take it and eat? A moment you say, take it and eat. Will you do? No, you will not do. You'll wait. That the friend after some time he'll say, how are you? Hi, hello, all those things happen. Then he'll take some dry fruits, he will tell. He'll say, no, I'm okay. No, take little. No, I'm okay. In your heart, what is going on? Heart, something else is going on. But you external say, no, I don't want. And that friend also knows what is going on in your heart. He will take the plate and come to you and forcibly, take, eat. Okay. One piece you will take and eat with great difficulty, as if you are not really wanting. After some time, you will tell, take, no, only one piece you take 2 more. Okay, you are telling, so I will take. Otherwise, I will not take. Because you are forcing so much, I am taking. So human being, you see how he is so much restraint he has. Although internally desire is there to taste that food, you will wait for an invitation, not once, not twice, 3 times, 4 times, the host has to invite. Then only you will take. You will not go and bring more, eat all what is there in plate, bring some more. No, nobody will tell. If you do that, that host will, okay, he will feed you. Next time he will not allow you inside the house. Because human being is meant to exercise self-restraint. On the other hand, if there is some cat or a dog in the house, moment you place a plate of food, the dog will come and jump on the plate. Why? Because the animal has no self-restraint. Human beings are meant to exercise self-restraint because they have got a developed higher intelligence than animals. But then, even though one may restrain one's senses, inside the heart, what is there? The desire to enjoy that sense object continues. That host may present the plate of food and you may say, no, I don't want. But internally, what is happening in your mouth? A lot of saliva is getting produced. Your mouth is watering. When will I taste that? So externally you are saying no, but internally the taste for the sense object continues. This is the same even with man and woman, or any sort of attraction between human beings in this world. The highest form of pleasure in this world is sex pleasure. So even sex is like that. Externally we will be very restrained and all that. A man may exercise restraint on the strength of spiritual knowledge, on the strength of dhyana, on the strength of jnana, etc. He may take sannyas and all that, but internally that desire does not go away. But Krishna says, rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. On the other hand, if we develop a higher taste, then this lower taste will go away. The example is given. Suppose you are starving for many days, 3 days, 4 days, you have not got food to eat. What to do? Somehow something happened, you could not eat food. And then somebody comes with a plate of some old, 2-day-old dry sukha roti, and then some little salt he gives you and tells you, take. What will you do? Oh, something I got to eat. And you will take and you will start eating. Now, while you are eating that, he brings one more plate of nice palav cooked in ghee, and butter naan, and then some paneer sabji, and beautiful, nice sweet rasgullas, all those kind of things he brings, and all hot, piping hot, he brings and places before you. And he says, do you want this plate? Yes, yes. So nice it is. Please give me. If you want this, then you have to give up that plate of salt and sukha roti. So what will you do? Oh my God, I have to give up my plate of sukha roti. No, 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 no. Will you say? No, first thing I will say is, Arey Baba, take this and go. No, who wants this? Give me that plate of palav and all this food, nice, tasty food first. You will not think twice. You will just give it up very easily. When initially the plate of dry roti was given to you, when you were starving, when you had nothing else, that itself was like amrita for you. Now suddenly what happened? When you got a plate of more tastier food, this dry roti became unpalatable. You lost the taste for that. Similarly, in this material world, we are all starved for pleasure. And when we are starved for pleasure, the material beauty, like those dry rotis and salt, it will come before us, and we will start gulping that. Oh, nice, let me enjoy, let me enjoy. But if we develop a higher taste, if we are attracted by a higher beauty, greater beauty, then what will happen? We will no longer be attracted by this material beauty. And what is that higher pleasure, higher beauty that will take away our attraction towards material beauty in this world? That's the beauty of Krishna. It's a spiritual beauty. It is not like any material beauty.